Global trade and business today has changed tremendously in the last few years. The cyber world makes us feel we are all connected and we can do business with anyone, anywhere in the world. But there is a big caveat. Actually, there's no guarantee if the person you connected with really exists or not. Cyberspace is not the real world. This becomes a critical problem when you do a business cross-border. Today, I want to talk about the Legal Entity Identifier, a fundamental enabler for global business in the digital age. You may not realize it in your ordinary life, but the first step of doing business is know your customer. There are serious risks involved if you fail to validate the authenticity of your business counterpart. You may not receive the goods you ordered, or you may not receive payments. You may even be involved in the legal battles of fraud. The idea of having a verified and trustworthy business identity is strongly connected to all of these issues. Now, in various jurisdictions around the world, there are many ways to establish and identify your business. But still, financial institutions alone spend $40 billion every year to identify their clients and business counterparts. Why? Because there's no standard rule for national corporate registry. There could be companies with the same IDs, there are language barriers, moreover, their systems are not designed for cross-border and digital use. In 2007, when the global financial crisis happened, financial regulators across the world acknowledged they were unable to identify parties to transactions across markets, products, and regions. In 2014, under the leadership of G20 countries, the Legal Entity Identifier, or LEI, was created to avoid the recurrence of the crisis. So, what is LEI and how does it work? The Legal Entity Identifier is a 20-character alphanumeric code that connects to key reference information. It enables the precise and unique identification of legal entities participating in financial transactions. LEI is linked with the entity's business information in both local language and English, as well as the entity's ownership structure, so it acts like a global corporate directly. The registered information needs to be validated by business entity at least annually and checked by users. LEI database is designed to keep up with possible technological changes and advancements. Therefore, it can gain from the digital revolution. And most importantly, the use of LEI is free of charge. So, LEI is a public good. Like vaccination, if every company contributes to the system, total benefits for a business community will be large. But it is difficult to distribute the merit equally to each participant. Therefore, there is a possibility some may want to stay away from the system. The governments will find various merits, especially if all cross-border transactions are required to carry LEIs. But a single action of one jurisdiction cannot create the benefits. This is why ADB needs to step in to coordinate the governments and the business community. It is important to create a win-win situation for both governments and the business communities, because coercive regulation would push the business to focus more on compliance, not benefits and utilization. But how? For example, the central banks in ASEAN, the People's Republic of China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea, we call them ASEAN Plus 3, currently mandate banks to report cross-border transactions for various regulatory purposes. If we can standardize the reporting with new technology and LEI, we can not only reduce the regulatory burden for banks, but can also offer much faster cross-border transaction information to regulators. Of course, this requires substantial work of coordination and negotiation, but the benefits outweigh the cost. If we can create one successful case, another case will follow easily. Building a global digital infrastructure is just the beginning. I hope you can join our efforts.